It is no doubt that agriculture is beginning to take its right place in the scheme of things in our nation, Nigeria, despite some challenges from climate change, among others. Against this backdrop, stakeholders in the industry from the South-South geopolitical zone of Nigeria came together on Thursday, the 11th day of February 2021, at the Institute of Petroleum Studies Auditorium of University of Port Harcourt, a one-day policy discourse on the state of climate-smart agriculture technologies, innovations, and management practices. The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Port Harcourt, Professor Stephen Okodudu, represented by Professor Ibiseme Etela, Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, gave his welcome address.
It's important for me, on the advice of the Vice Chancellor, to say that the university identifies with this program that is taking place at this time. Because at a time like this, when so many things are on ground, the COVID and everything, it's important for us to everything we do to consider the smartness in it. If you allow me to use that word, the smartness in it. Smart in the sense that whatever you're doing, you are conscious of both the environment and the people that are working on it. So that the organizers of this program have chosen University of Port Harcourt at this time for this important program. For us, it's a very welcome idea.
According to the keynote speakers, the negative impacts of climate change on food production cannot be overlooked.
Since 2008, I have been in the research of climate change, and I know some other persons here too have done a lot of research on climate change. And from the cumulative research we have done, these are the major variables that we have identified that are affecting agricultural activities in Nigeria, specifically in South-South zone.
The problems staring us in the face in addressing this are in a very critical area, which we call climate change. On the output of livestock, on the output of all that we do in the agri-food systems. And with this, there is a need for us to cry loud that how do we sustain the agri-food system in the Niger Delta, in the South-South geopolitical zone.
The event featured a round-table discussion, questions and answers from the participating audience. However, as population increases, demands for food production and supply also increase. In a bid to actualize food sufficiency, thus, the need for smart agricultural innovation.
What we're actually doing is an ongoing program. It's a national project that the association won under CAADP S Pillar 4. CAADP S Pillar 4 stands for Comprehensive African Agriculture. We won a project to facilitate the uptake of climate-smart agriculture technologies, innovations, and management practices. Facilitate the uptake and integration into policy. So we've done the first part, which is training people, researchers, members of our lead organizations on climate-smart agriculture technologies and innovation. We train them on what it is and just to improve their knowledge and get them ready for uptake. So the second phase is what we are doing now. We are having zonal policy discourse in all the geopolitical zones in the country. Today, the South-South is holding theirs. And after that, we are going to still have a national one to collect all the information from the zone and now come up with our policy brief.
Climate smart agriculture is a technology that came up in the wake of increased awareness about climate variability and climate change. Over the years, especially in the last 1 to 2 decades, the issue of climate change kept resonating, and then a lot of people have to devise new ways, new paradigm shift to be able to cope with the exigencies of the risk of climate change. Now, climate smart agriculture was coined by Food and Agricultural Organization in 2010 as a technology that farmers use in order to adapt to climate change, and this technology is built on 3 pillars. One is ability to increase productivity and thereby making food or food security to become possible and then eliminate poverty. That is one pillar. The second pillar is it helps in adaptation to climate change. That is, it has a way of building resilience of the agricultural system. Simultaneously, the third pillar is also present in this type of technology. The third pillar is that technology should also be able to mitigate climate change impact, especially be able to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. So any farm technology that is able to incorporate these 3 components, we call it climate smart agriculture.
Because government has a role to play in this matter. If the system is to be adopted by our farmers, because the whole process involves funding, and the farmers alone or the private organizations alone cannot afford to fund most of these processes. So government can come in the area of funding. Like for example, now we have been trained, we have learned the problems we have seen, and then we know what to do. It is now the duty of government to enable us transfer the information and the knowledge we have acquired here to the farmers.
This is a call for action. Farmers must change their methods of farming and adopt new technologies that are safe, healthy, and increase in food productivity.
And I want to thank you for staying all through. When we started, we said that we cannot get knowledge by just arranging or rearranging our ignorance. We've seen the effects of climate change on agriculture and even the human resources for agriculture. We have seen the reactions towards that, toward resolving the problem of climate change, especially the bringing up of the approaches such as climate change, climate smart agriculture, technologies, innovations, and management practices. We try to appraise the extent to which this has been done in the southern part of Nigeria, and we came to the conclusion that not much has been done, which opened the door for us to see that we need to do much, much more.